You are literally the one I fight in the start of 3, and I don't like it. Is that a magic knife? Valmon, your new blade is quite impressive. Yeah, it came out pretty well. Although the base weapon is still the same as the Soldat's.
It's Celdic! Celdic?
What happened to Celdic?
It was set on fire! By the Quartz and Provincial Army!
No!
This is just awful.
We should go check for ourselves before jumping to conclusions. Did you come to see the market manager? If so, head up to the second floor. Everyone else is already there. No. Please, don't tell me. No. Why, Odo? Please come back to me. No way. You're all from Thor's, correct? He fell victim to one of the Soldat's attacks while evacuating the townsfolk, I'm afraid. I did everything in my power to save him, and yet... I see. How could this happen? The market manager's always done everything he could to protect this town. I can't be depressed with that voice. But now he's went and gave his life for us. No one loved this town more than Odo. This just goes to prove that. Why did things end up like this? What are we even supposed to do? Why, Helios? Why did you take the market manager from us? I can't believe he gave up his life to protect us. I hope you're happy, Duke Alberea. If your aim was to terrorize us and take something from us that can never be replaced, then you must be. I did everything in my power, but it wasn't enough. At the very least, he seems to have passed on peacefully. We can only pray that Adios guides his soul to our side. The market manager did everything he could to protect us, even in his last moments. This is how it's always been, too. We always got by thanks to him. Why, Odo? I can't even. He looks like he could wake up at any moment. The Jaegers took advantage of the chaos to set fire to as much of the town as possible. We tried to put it out as fast as we could, but... those big robots came crashing into town out of nowhere. Then they just started destroying everything and anything. The market manager told me to run, so I did. But then he... Our house was set on fire during the attack. We managed to escape safely, but where will we go now? My house was burned down. There's nothing left of it. Oh well. I somehow managed to keep this place from burning down. But Louise was hit in the head by some falling debris during the attack, and... What? Where is she? She's been treated over at the church right now. But they said she might not make it. Oh no. Fuck. Damn it. Louise, too. Excuse me, but how has she been holding up? Has she been given medical treatment? Father Zerbel's already tended to her, but apparently the bullet to her head was so strong, you can't be sure she'll make it. Louise. You two seem like good friends from what I've seen. Yeah, we got to know each other from my visits to the Weathercock whenever I was in town for work. But I'm not going to be able to do anything for her staying here. Let's go. We need to see how things are elsewhere. Right. Huh? Daddy's not here. Sneak. Jesus Christ. Your old man went to go pay his respects. No, this can't be. Marco, open your eyes, please. Let me guess. He got in the way to protect her. I was about to get hit by some falling rubble, but then, before I knew what was happening, Jake appeared and pushed me out of the way. It's all my fault. What do I do if he never wakes up? I can't believe that even Jake was caught up in all this. This is so horrible. I couldn't do anything to help. I feel so ashamed of myself. Don't be. You were up against professionals, and they had the element of surprise on their side. She's right. I know you're upset, but you're not the one to blame here. And neither are you, Eustace. Yes, I suppose you're right. If I have time to blame myself for what happened, that's time I could be using to actually help people. Wake up, Jake! Father Zerbel's, whatever, considerable medicinal knowledge helped to save those who were badly wounded in the assault. We're truly blessed to have him stationed here. But why did something this awful have to happen? They showed no mercy, not even to the children. I just can't get over the fact that everything was okay before I came here. Everything was alright when I was here last. I was just here. He went to pay his respects. I'm doing everything in my power as a pharmacist to aid everyone's treatment, but it still terrifies me to think of how quickly those soldats laid waste to this town. I'm not entirely sure how I managed to escape, to be completely frank. I tripped and hurt myself in all the commotion. It's nothing serious compared to everyone else. I'm lucky. But how could they? How could they do this to our home?
I hope Louise will be okay.
She wasn't the only familiar face either.
They did the old, if we can't have it, no one can. Sorry, my mind's kind of all over the place right now. I still can't believe how quickly it all happened. Minutes. That's all it took. They ruined the town before our eyes. How could anyone who does something like that even call themselves human? I can't go there. Hang on a moment. That's a little bit of nothing. Captain, everyone else. Idiot! Dad, Major Neihart. I see the RMP is here as well. Thank you for coming, everyone. I presume you were all contacted. That's right. We came as soon as we heard. Is this all the work of who I think it is? It is as you expect, or suspect. This was done by none other than the Cretan Providential Army soldats. That's absurd. For what reason? So it seems they have no issue with raising the very land, raising, I don't know, the very lands they're meant to protect. This can't be real. Unfortunately, it's very real. Apparently, they broke through a gap in our line of defense at the Twin Dragons Bridge. According to the report, there were a number of Jaegers within their ranks too. Duke Albury has been hiring the Northern Jaegers throughout this war. They were behind the attack on Ymir too. That explains things. Raising towns like this is one of their specialties. We arrived on the scene as fast as we could and managed to fight them off while evacuating the townsfolk, but they had already retreated towards Berehard and formed a defensive line by the time the 4th Division arrived. The townsfolk readily accepted us after the Provincial Army was forced to retreat from Twin Dragons Bridge. It's clear this was intended to punish them for that as an example to others. That's no excuse for what they've done here. This reminds me of what Rufus and Vita said, actually.
I beg to differ. The presence of soldats units on a battlefield makes a tremendous difference. What they may lack in firepower and armor compared to tanks, They make up for in mobility and versatility. But more important than even those factors is the psychological impact they have on our opponents.
And some people are having some of that PTSD right now.
We're only human. As such, we are as captivated as we are terrified of giant beings bearing human form.
Rufus said that? The fear this attack is instilled in the townsfolk seems to be a testament to those words. Thanks to those soldats, it's safe to say they succeeded in their aim. Even if we, the RMP, felt somewhat powerless against them. Especially since we couldn't prevent that fatality. To think that one fatality would be the market manager of all people. Regardless, we plan to strengthen our defenses here while preparing for countermeasures against Boreahard. I advise that you keep your distance from Celdic for a while. Do engrave this horde's sight into your minds, however. This is no mere minor conflict. It's an all-out war. Never forget that. Dad. I still can't believe it. Just everything was good. People were happy, sharing their dreams with me. The lady said everything seemed to be back to normal. But no. This. All of this. That's how you know that this wasn't supposed to be a fun ride. The first one was it. This is war. We've got a decent grasp on the situation in Celdic now. Should we head back? Reen! Where's my family? They're all safe, right? Becky. Hugo. We told you to wait on board, didn't we? Sorry, but she insisted. You expect me to sit about knowing what's happened to my home? My family's safe, right? What about the market manager? Your family's alright. We saw them at the church. I can't say the same for the market manager, though. Oh, no. You're having a laugh, huh? Wait! I've got it, Reen. I'll make sure she returns with the Courageous. Thanks. We'll make our way back first, then. We have a lot to discuss regarding where to proceed from here. Indeed. After leaving Celdic in the Imperial Army's hands, they all went back to the Courageous. Processing both Odo's death and the state of Celdic proved to be difficult, but they had to face it. It was only after Becky and Hugo returned that they decided to take off.
Still, this war seems to resemble the War of the Lions more by the minute. History tells us towns were set ablaze all across the country back then as well.
Really?
That is said to have been the case, yes. Although the situation back then is very different compared to now.
True enough. This war's been relatively bloodless in comparison, so something like this happening is a big deal.
Still, in the long term, this is bound to hurt the Alliance's cause more than it will help. That's why I'm finding it so hard to picture that Rufus would give the go-ahead to do it.
I think it's safe to say it was just Duke Alborea doing his own thing. He really seems to hate how Duke Cayenne's higher in practice than him in the Alliance.
I'm sorry, but this is where we part ways.
Not this again, Eustace.
Captain, please let me disembark somewhere nearby.
What? You can't be serious.
You're not thinking of trying to settle things with your father alone, are you?
can't believe you would even entertain the thought. You need to take a deep breath and calm down before you do something you'll regret, Eustace.
How dare you? Don't act like you know the first thing about what I'm feeling right now. As a member of the Alborea family, I have a duty to stop my father. You have no right!
We have every right to interfere, Eustace. This is clearly too much for one person to handle alone.
Machias is right. You need to calm down, and we need to think this over together.
I mean, it's like the first time the Marcus isn't like, hey, idiot, calm yourself down. He's like, hey, take a minute.
Yeah, this isn't like you at all.
As your classmates and friends, it's not hard to imagine how terrible you must be feeling right now. But that's exactly why we want to help you. And I believe we can.
We should discuss how to approach this matter together.
That's a Class 7 I know.
Still, this isn't a matter to be taken lightly. Your actions could have a profound effect on the war from here on out. If you're going to get yourselves involved, you're going to need to be prepared for the potential consequences. But I'm sure you guys know the deal at this point, right?
We fully understand what you're saying. So far, we've tried to keep our interference with the war itself to a minimum. However, what just happened in Celdic was an act of terrorism against innocent civilians. We can't turn a blind eye to that.
You're right.
We're all agreed there. The market manager did a lot for us, both during our field study and when we were lying low there after the war broke out.
I'm of the same opinion. He may be head of one of the 4 great houses, but the Imperial family can still make him answer for his crimes.
No one is safe from crimes. No one can do a crime and just be like, oh, but I am the leader of this entire world. I just murdered somebody. No one's gonna do a thing. Nuh-uh, that's not how this world works.
So please, use my position and this ship however necessary to bring him to justice.
Thank you, Your Highness.
All right, I think it's time we come up with a solid plan. We can't allow Duke Alborea to do anything so inhuman ever again.
Thank you.
Huh? Is there a call coming through? Where's it coming from?
Huh?
Bear with me a moment.
What, this is the first time they're speaking, and didn't I literally joke about them having Neptune's voice actress? I literally joked about them having Neptune's voice actress. I swear I just heard Nep.
This can't be right. It's coming from an airship owned by the Noble Alliance.
How can that be?
They must have sneaked into range. What should we do, Toa? I think I can shake them off if I try.
No, put the call up on the screen.
I really don't want to answer to whoever this is. Probably Rufus. Yeah.
It's a pleasure to see you all again. Especially you, my dear brother. And Princess Alphen is with you too. Truly, it's an honor, Your Highness.
Rufus?
Goodness.
Why are you calling us?
I apologize for calling so abruptly. Rest assured, I have no intention of attacking or otherwise harming you. I'm calling because there is information of which I'd like to make you aware.
Are you gonna say that this isn't your fault?
Due to the rather sensitive nature of my message, this feed is a private communique from my personal airship.
What could you possibly have to tell us?
Does this concern Celdic by any chance?
It does indeed. I imagine all of you have seen what befell the town yourselves. The attack on Celdic was instigated by Duke Alborea alone. We of the Noble Alliance do not in any way condone it. If you plan to confront the Duke about his actions, you need fear no interference from us.
Huh? Oh, I get it. You want us to take him out, don't you?
Surely not.
The bulk of the Kreutzen Provincial Army is already under my control. The attack was carried out by a small contingent of soldiers who remain loyal to my father. At present, they've walled themselves up in Auroch's fort along with him. With the aid of the Imperial Army, you ought to be able to take the fortress without much trouble.
This is insane.
They're not as well trained as the ones who are serving you, so you don't mind losing them, do you? I'm impressed at how cold-heartedly objective you can be, Mr. Chief of Staff.
Bet you'd love it if we ended up killing each other, so you'd have nothing to worry about, huh?
Nothing of the sort, Miss Clausel. Still, there's no denying my father's actions will be a millstone around the neck of the Alliance going forward. But considering the position I hold, I can't very well publicly oppose him. And that's why I figured I might bring up the matter with all of you. Well, I've said my part. Oh, and Eustace, this is an intensely family-centric affair, as I'm sure you realize. I'm very curious how you'll approach it. Well then, if you'll excuse me, I suppose I'll hope and pray for your success this once, as a sitting member of Thor's Board of Directors.
Nothing like using other people to do your dirty work.
There remains a real possibility that this is a trap.
Still, now we know the Alliance wants something done about Duke Alberea as much as we do. This could be the best chance we're ever going to get to stop him from wreaking more havoc.
I can't allow my father to commit any more of these unforgivable crimes. I will go to Auroch's fort and apprehend Duke Alberea myself. And it would mean the world to me if all of you were to lend me your aid.
Do you even need to ask?
Oh boy, falling off my bed right now. Hold on.
Of course we will. We'll be with you every step of the way.
With that, they finally began preparations to apprehend Duke Alberea. Duke Alberea's actions against Celdic were believed to be in violation of a number of Imperial laws. With that fact as justification, Class 7 chose to call upon the aid of the 4th Armored Division and RMP to formally place him under arrest. In the end, they settled upon the following plan. First, the 4th Armored Division would attack Berehard's northern line of defense. Meanwhile, the RMP would attack the city's southern line of defense, forcing them to call for reinforcements from Auroch's fort. This would give Class 7 the opportunity to attack the fortress using the Courageous with relatively limited opposition. And once the fortress was under their control, they were to arrest Duke Alberea, effectively completing the mission. While all this war was being finalized, the remaining touches were put to Valmar's reinforced sword. The operation proved to be an opportune time to test it and collect much needed data. The next day, the time came for the operation to begin. Well, the time's finally come. Is everyone ready to go? Of course. We can't let Eustace down. This is our chance to avenge Odo's death too. I appreciate it. Just try and focus your thoughts on the operation for now. You can worry about other things later. We'll be right there with you. Sounds like everyone's all fired up and ready to go. This will be our first chance to test Valmar's newly fortified weapon too. How'd it turn out? Great, actually. And like Laura said, today's operation makes it the perfect chance to test it out in battle. I hope so. It'll be a good way to iron out the kinks anyway. The more data I have, the better off we'll be when it comes to making that Tachi. Guys, the 4th Armored Division of the Railway Military Police are almost ready to make their move. Let me know as soon as you're ready. The sooner the better. I'm coming with you. It doesn't sit right with me to have you going up against high-ranking Jaegers alone. There's no reason to let your guard down, though. Make sure you have everything you need. No problem. And we can still take fuel. Yep. Alright, let's fix the party up how it should be. Make sure my links are actually on, because sometimes the links just turn off. Okay. I'm still kind of surprised you actually had the voice I think you do. I mean, I was joking. I was like, what if they had Neptune's voice actress? And then we hear Nep, and I'm like, what? Like, jeez. We definitely gotta do what we can to avenge Odo. And everyone else. Also, I only have 4 more of these to go. How much you want to bet that those retries and the character KOs are gonna go way up? They're gonna go way up. Anyway. This wasn't exactly what I pictured the Reinforced Blade's first battle would be. I wish I could have given you a test run or something beforehand, but I guess you do know how to use a sword, so... It's the same blade you've always used, just stronger. It shouldn't be all that different at least. Yeah, I'll be fine. This blade's gonna lead us straight to victory. I just know it. You're too kind. Good luck, Reen. At the horse. So Eustace' dad's the one who gave the order to set fire to Celdic. How could anyone do something like that? It's all in your hands now. I'll be here with the horses praying for you. And take care of Eustace too, please. You bet, Paula. I'll close that up. If something isn't done about Duke Alberea soon, there's no telling what he might do. While we'll need to put out exploration of the spirit shrines on hold for the time being, there's no time to waste. No matter what, we need to take him down. It's hard to believe someone would resort to raising a town in this day and age. Humans never change, do they? Honestly, I'm sick and tired of seeing them do the same stupid things again and again. Sorry, Celine. I know, maybe it's a little rash for me to lump all of you together. But do you think you can show me that humanity's more than a series of foolish decisions? We can. I promise you that.